Hey, would you like to take a tour of our 40-foot New Horizon home on wheels? Well, hang on a minute, and we'll do just that. Well, hey, once again, I'm the Dave half of Dave and Diane Throwing Caution to the Wind. And since doing our exterior tour of our New Horizons fifth wheel, we've been asked a number of times to do a tour of the inside. And because we're in beautiful Arizona, and we have a wonderful windy day gusting up to about 35 miles per hour, I figured this would be a great day to do it. So what do you say we start up in the bedroom and work our way back? Hey, before we go upstairs, I realized that after shooting the video and doing my editing, that there are a few things that I left out. And I think the reason I left them out is that we've lived in this coach for 2 years now, and we take those things for granted. So I want to do a real quick addition here before we go upstairs, and things you can watch for as we walk around. First of all, the cabinets in this coach are a rustic cherry with a walnut stain. We've had a few custom homes built in our lifetime, and I would put these cabinets up against pretty much any cabinet we've ever had in any of those homes. So their cabinet shop is really second to none. The attention to detail is fantastic. The crew that works in their wood shop are great people, the ones that we've had the pleasure of working with. Notice the crown molding in the living room area and kitchen area. You know, the way they do their miters and do their joints, fantastic. There's no shoddy work involved at all. We had them do some modifications on a cabinet while we were there picking it up, and the work, the detail they did in spots that nobody will ever see again was incredible. I even mentioned to them that, you know, nobody's ever going to see that back in there, but they didn't care. They knew it was there. They wanted it top notch. I did mention that our countertops we picked up at Home Depot, picked it out at Home Depot. If you want granite or a Corian top or any other style of countertop, you tell them, you pick it out, they'll make it happen for you. You know, I mentioned Diane wanted that single bowl kitchen sink, but if you want a farmhouse sink or anything like that, you just tell them, they'll put it in for you. Same thing with light fixtures. They have a few light fixtures they normally put in and give you a selection of, but if you have a certain light fixture you want to use, tell them, and they'll tell you if they can put it in or not, but typically they will install it. Same thing with plumbing fixtures. This is one of the fixtures, this Moen faucet's one of the things they normally put in. But if you have a different brand or any kind of faucet you want to supply, just tell them. They'll put it in. You know, as we walk around and show our coach, you'll notice that this floor plan is really a pretty basic floor plan because we're pretty basic people. Our main focus was the guts and foundation of a coach. When we did the tour outside, we mentioned the MORryde suspension, we mentioned the frame they built on these, the electrical attention to detail. All the guts of this RV was the main focal point for me. And Diane fell right in place and agreed with me. So when we looked at the inside, we were pretty plain Jane compared to a lot of their customers. If you want to have a bar instead of a kitchen table like we have, tell them. They'll put a bar over here. You know, if you tell them you don't want a kitchen table, they don't care. Again, they're a custom shop within reason. So you tell them what you want. If you want to do different flooring than what they have, we picked out hand-scraped hickory. You want something else? Tell them. They'll do it. You want to carpet the whole thing? They'll do it. So, all right, so I'm starting to sound like a salesman, and I'm not. But I did want to point out some of those things that I did not bring up in the walk around. So, all right, we won't delay anymore. Let's head to the bedroom. And actually, I already did the video. I told you that. I did the video. This is an addition. Now we'll pick up in the bedroom and do the tour. Hang on. Well, this is new. Now I'm talking into a camera and a mirror. That's crazy. So, being as we're looking into a mirror, what we're going to do is show you the closet to begin with. So, in this particular floor plan, the closet is the full width of the front end of the front cap. Let me open up the door here for you. We'll click on a light. We'll move some clothes out of the way here. So it's a typical closet. Now I want to remind you that we're full-timers, so we live in here. So everything is not going to be perfect like you see it on a showroom floor, but you know, the bar for hanging clothes, nice and sturdy. You can see at the very front cap up there that there are shoe racks, the full width of the closet. So you're looking at one half, obviously. This is my half of the closet. Diane has the other half. All right, so if we step back here, you'll notice that we have a king-size bed, and we opted to have a Tempur-Pedic mattress on that bed. We have a solid hardwood headboard. There's plenty of storage up above the bed, and you'll notice windows at both sides. Real nice cross ventilation. Alright, so this is probably pretty hard to see, but this is under our bed. Now once again, we're full-timers, so we utilize our space. But you can see how much room there is under that bed. It's all storage. Now this is a Majestic, so it's all open for storage. If you happen to do a summit, then you will have a slide mechanism in the middle of this bed pedestal, but still lots of storage regardless. You might notice this piece of molding right through here. So when New Horizons builds their coaches, just standard, the bed pedestal would be down to that strip of molding. Diane decided that having the bed higher would be easier to make and easier on her back, so we asked New Horizons to raise it 4 inches. And that's made a big difference in the way she feels after making the bed. So again, if we'd have thought about that before, New Horizons would have taken care of that to begin with, and that's what you get for working with a custom outfit. They just take care of that kind of thing. Alright, now if you go to the other side of the bedroom, this is not the typical layout that New Horizons would put in a coach. This is actually a spit and image of a layout that we had in our last Tiffin Class A. We liked it so well that we asked New Horizons to simply mimic that. And of course, being the custom shop they are, they obliged our request. We have over here on the end a cedar-lined hamper. I won't excite you with the dirty clothes that are in there. Again, full-timers, we use it. We have full extension drawers. You can notice the construction. Very well made. No particle board in these coaches whatsoever. All solid wood. So here on the wall is one of many keypads to control the lights. This is mainly for the bathroom and the bedroom area. And I'll show you here in just a second. But up underneath those overhead cabinets above the bed is another control panel that while we're laying in bed we can control many of the lights inside the coach as well as the security lights outside. So I'll show you that to you. Alright, this is an awkward position for a video, but this is the panel that be right above our heads as we're laying in bed. And as you can see, a light master. We can click on all the lights in the coach. Living room. This is a security lights outside, so each corner of the coach on both sides we have security lights. Rope lighting here in the bedroom. We can turn on and off these panel lights. Now this controls the panel on the wall I just showed you also. So when we're sleeping, they're not in our eyes. The ceiling lights, bathroom ceiling lights, and vanity. So very handy to have right here. Right, so here's a feature that's very nice as well. So we had solid wood pocket doors installed between the bedroom and the bathroom for some added privacy. And these are solid doors. Very nice doors. And there's a lock on it, but not really a lock. Alright, so let's move toward the bathroom. So there's our vanity. Lots of storage. Again, full extension drawers, soft close. And plenty of storage underneath the sink and those two doors. We did the vessel lav and a oil rub bronze Moen high-rise faucet. And again, plenty of storage up inside these cupboard doors. There's our inventory. And here we go, over here as well. Lots of room. We could actually put another shelf in there if we wanted to, but we really have enough room just like that. And then here's a control that actually comes out, and you can handheld unit. And this controls the fantastic fans that we have in the ceiling here in the main portion of the bathroom and in our toilet room, which we'll show you in a second. Alright, so you're looking at our shower. We opted to do a rainforest glass, so basically an obscure glass. There you go. Again, oil rub bronze handheld shower head. We have a couple nice shelves in the corner, and Diane wanted to have a shelf down below there where she could put her feet and shave her legs. This is also a man-made marble shower surrounds. So also in the bathroom area is our stacking Whirlpool washer and dryer sets. I've been holding off on doing this video because it's just hard to shoot video in tight quarters. Some people have the wide angle lenses that work real well. We don't have that. So there you see the stacking Whirlpool washer and dryer, and they're large capacity compared to what we had in our last two motorhomes. These are huge. You might also notice that up here in the bathroom we had some wainscoting installed on a couple spots on the wall, over here, over next to the stairway coming up, and then also back over here next to the vanity. And we chose those spots because that's what we can really see from the living room area and the kitchen area. And we didn't opt for any more in the bedroom, just because nobody sees it but us. But if you wanted the whole place done in wainscoting, New Horizons is sure to do it for you. This is the toilet room. So that is a Dinette porcelain toilet. That works very well. There's our towels and some extra storage up here above. Now this isn't a huge area, but it's a handy spot. And there's the other fantastic fan. Alright, so this would be a tough spot to video, but the cabinet you're looking at here is actually in the toilet room. Now, standard for New Horizon in this toilet room would be a vanity and a medicine cabinet. But we opted to not have the medicine cabinet and vanity, and we put in this storage area. And then down below, that gives us more storage. And over here, it gives us a place for our Dyson vacuum, our broom, and our mop. All right, so when we had the coach built and we decided to have that pantry or that closet put in the toilet room, we still had them plumb underneath that cabinet. So if in the future we ever wanted to take that out and actually put in a vanity and medicine cabinet, the plumbing is still there, and it'd be a pretty easy change out. And again, because it's the two of us, when we use the bathrooms, we shut the door between the bathroom area and the kitchen and living room area and leave the toilet room door open, and then we just come out here to the vanity and sink out here in the main bathroom to wash our hands, and then we shut the door. So it's really not a big deal for the two of us. For some people that may be awkward, but for us it works out perfectly. Alright, so now we're actually looking at the stairway that leads up from the kitchen and living room area up to the bathroom and bedroom. And let me show you that pocket door I was talking about that we close when we use the restroom. So once again, that is a solid core wood door, very nice, very solid, and that's what we close when we go use the restroom or shower or whatever else. Alright, so that brings us by the entry door, and that closet you're looking at right there is a coat closet, and also inside that coat closet we keep doggy treats, so when people are walking their dogs by, we can pet them and then send them home. You'll notice down at the bottom here is our sub breakers and panels and 12-volt fuses, easy access. And as you see up here, we have our over-the-air antenna control. We have a Wii Boost hooked up in this coach. This is our auxiliary readout from our progressive management controller and our Magnum controller. So I'm not going to get into all those things 100% today. I'll save those for separate videos later, but at least you know they're there. And then up above we have more storage, a little taller, and that's where we keep the wine guard controller for our satellite dish. And there's a shelf way up above that's really hard to reach from without having a ladder. So we just throw toilet paper up there or whatever else won't hurt us if it falls on our head when we open the door. Alright, so we showed you the coat closet. Now underneath the coat closet, you'll notice we have our shoes there. Now the only thing that I would do differently is if you look down in that shoe cubby, first of all, I wear size 13s. So my size 13s don't really fit in that shoe cubby very well. So I would probably have that made deeper the next time. And the other thing I would do differently, if you see down in there, there's a furnace vent. Well, that's a great spot for a furnace vent if you don't fill that cubby up with shoes. Because if you have it filled up with shoes or whatever else and you run your furnace, your shoes are going to get pretty warm, but they stop the heat from blowing out into the kitchen and living room area. Now, to be honest with you, it gets pretty warm in here without that vent being used, but I always take the shoes out, move them off to the side so we get full flow. I would take that vent and move it over to the stairwell, and even though not as attractive, I think it would be more functional. Alright, so right next to our door is a control panel. So if we go to main, this controls all the lights in our living room and kitchen area, as well as security lights outside and the porch. And we can turn them all on and off at one time. And of course, when you turn it back on, the lights you had set will come back on. They're all dimmable. And then, of course, most of you know that you set whatever light intensity you want, and then when you turn this back on, they go right back to your programmed state. Also right here, We have this controls, sorry about that. This controls our awnings and our slides. And then here, this also shows our freshwater level, gray water level, black tank level. We have a 100-gallon fresh tank, 80-gallon gray, and 50-gallon black. You can also get an idea of your battery, the state of your batteries. Here we have 13.6 volts. And we can start our generator from here or stop it from here. I very seldom use that. I actually go to the Magnum, and we have that set up for auto gen start, so that's typically what we do. Anyway, a great control panel. And you can do more with this than what we have programmed, but that's what we have. Alright, so we opted for a residential refrigerator. We picked a Maytag refrigerator, and mainly because of one feature for us. We can actually turn off the compressor right here. So if we go boondocking and we go to bed at night, we push that button, it turns off the compressor in our refrigerator, but all the lights and everything still work. And then when we go to bed, we very seldom get in the refrigerator during the night. So we only lose a few degrees of temperature inside, not a big deal. And then when I get up in the morning, I'll kick it back on, and all is good. I also did a video on the fridge saver, or fridge fixer they call it. So I'll put a link to that down in the description in case you want to check that out. That is a fantastic little tool right there. So above the refrigerator, you see those two doors? Well, that's a cavernous area. That goes back all the way to where you can tell the outside wall is. And we use that for paper products basically, so toilet paper, paper towels, we keep our Christmas decorations up there and whatnot. That's such a huge area that if it wasn't for that center divider on those two doors, I could crawl up in there and hide and have plenty of room left over. That's a cavernous area. Alright, let's move back into the kitchen. So the countertops you see are Corian. We actually went to Home Depot and Lowe's. We found the Corian top that we wanted. We gave New Horizons the model number, and they went and got it and put it in. So again, go try that with some of the other manufacturers out there. Tell them you want to change what tops they put in. You might have one or two selections, but you'll get a no for anything like this. But New Horizon, it was a yes. On this end cap right here, this is our junk drawer. We all have a junk drawer, right? Again, full extension. Soft close. Underneath that is our dishwasher. And it looks like it's going to be ran tonight. So there you go. Like I said, we live here. And we turn the corner. We opted for a single bowl composite sink. Diane does not like to have a divider in the sink, so she wanted that single bowl, and she wants it. That's what she gets. And the Moen high-rise kitchen faucet. Underneath the kitchen sink, we have the tilled out tray. And then, of course, underneath the sink that's cavernous. Back in this corner over here is obviously the dishwasher goes back in a ways, so some of that's filled up there. But that's a cavernous area. We carry on around the bottom. Oh, there you'll see our Berkey water filter. And once again, we did a video on that water filter. If you ever care to take a look at that, that's one of our favorite things that we have in the coach. Again, full extension drawers, soft close, all the way down. Now this area over here, we opted to have the Furrion induction cooktop. We don't care for propane cooktops. We typically will cook outside a lot, so we opted for the induction cooktop. Below that we have our Breville toaster oven. We're not fans of the RV ovens, and again, we're not bakers, so we don't use an oven a lot. But this Breville is plenty big to do a 10-pound turkey or do whatever you want to do. So plenty of room there. And NewHorizons actually built that area just to fit that Breville oven for us. And then underneath there are two drawers. Actually, one's a drawer and one's a flip down drawer front for pots and pans. Above that we have our Whirlpool convection microwave oven, and we very seldom use the convection part of that, but we do use the microwave portion periodically. And lots of storage up here. That's where we keep our dishes. That there is probably the most unorganized area we have in our cupboards. Diane's probably gonna be mad I even showed that to you, but oh well. And here. Now, if we were to build this coach over again, I think we would work with a design of that corner cabinet area. I mean, you can fill it up with a lot of stuff, but I think you can make it more functional. And then over here, this is our cereal, where we keep our cereals and granola and whatnot. So lots of storage. Backsplashes. That's real travertine. No plastic. And there you'll see our pantry. That pantry is 19 inches wide. Again, it's full. We're full timers, so it is what it is. But once again, full extension drawers. Lots of storage. They also have a cutting board right here. We have never used that cutting board, but I suppose some people would. And then down here are 3 more pull-out shelves. Oh, you'll notice that there's a light inside there. So a lot of the doors in this coach, when you open the door, lights come on. Actually, I think it's the pantry here and back in the bedroom. Hey, while we're talking about the pantry, I will bring up one thing. So in case you go have NewHorizons build you a coach, here's a little tip that we would have done differently and may change in the future. So if you'll notice, it's going to be hard to see. If you can look up in there, those pull-out shelves do not go all the way back to the wall. There's 6 inches left back there. So if we were to do it again, we would have them build those pull-outs so they went all the way to the back wall. If you think about it, there are 6 shelves in this pantry. If you add 6 inches to all 6 of those shelves, you gain 1 complete shelf. And you're living in an RV, that 1 shelf is huge. As I'm telling that story, I look back in here and you'll see there is a plug-in back inside this one. And I think they kind of figured that some people may put their coffee pot in there or toaster or whatever, but we don't use it that way. We've never used that plug, but it's there in case we ever want to. But keep those drawers in mind. If you ever go to NewHorizons and have one built, tell them you want to have those full extension. All right, so to go along with the kitchen area, we also have a very nice sized island. Now we opted to have the sink in the corner. That's our preference, and we use the island for prep or to put snacks out on, and that's how we like to use it. So anyway, on this end we have a pull-out garbage. and a plug-in on the end. If you come around the side, a couple doors that open up for access from this side. We keep our Instant Pot down there along with a couple other little goodies. And you come around here, there's another outlet. Come on around the other side, and we have a full extension pull-out drawer. Again, look at the construction of these drawers. Soft close, and access to that same cabinet from this side. All right, so now we're going to go back into the living room area. So we have a 26-inch electric fireplace. A lot of people don't like electric fireplaces. They think they're a waste of space, but I'll tell you what, we use that electric fireplace a lot. We love it. You'll see the shelf above that houses our sound bar and room for a couple little knickknacks. You might notice as we do this video, we're not much into knickknacks. And there's some storage on this side, and another door over here for storage. Now we had that TV put on a extendable arm, thinking that if we were sitting at the table, we may want to pull it out to look at it. In hindsight, we should have had it mounted right to the wall. We never pulled that TV out. And because it's on the swing arm, we have to strap that TV on travel days. So thinking back, we shouldn't have done that. And up in this storage area is where we house our dish TV apparatus. And on this side, we keep our printer. And on travel days, I take my laptop, my tablet, and it rides right up next to the printer, along with a few other things that we have to stow on travel days. All right, so our couch, that's a big window on the other side of them curtains. No ventilation there, and that's the way we wanted it. We wanted a full view out the back. We do have ventilation on the two side windows, and there is lots of storage up there in those cabinets. All right, don't judge. I know they're full, not very organized, but when you're full-timers, like we said more than once, we utilize all of our space. So actually, originally when we got this coach, that center area, you'll notice that there's beadboard back in there. Well, that's pretty fancy for inside of a cabinet, right? When we first got this, there was a little miscommunication, and that turned out to be one huge display area. And we'll show you another display area in just a second. But that was one huge display area. Well, like I said a second ago, we are not knick-knack people. So we had them disconnect the light that was up inside there and mount those two doors, and we just turned it into storage. We would have had to go out and buy stuff just to throw in there for knickknacks. I mean, you could stow Willie Nelson's guitar inside that thing, I think. All right, so let's switch over to the other side of the coach. So this is actually the opposing side to the entertainment center and the main kitchen area. We opted to do two Lazy Boy rocker recliners instead of their normal theater seating. I like to rock. That was the main reason for that. And we opted to do cabinets along the top of that slide. So typically, New Horizon would not install cabinets up there. They would be windows all the way to the ceiling. But again, we're full-timers. We want all the storage we can get, and those cabinets provide us with a lot of extra storage. And speaking of the slide, if you'll look down there, you'll notice that those slides are hardwood, no carpet. So we have hand scraped hickory flooring throughout the coach. Living room, kitchen, slides, bathroom, and bedroom, which is a great feature. We've had a few RVs, and there's always been carpet in most of them, and the carpet always wears out so fast and becomes kind of ugly. So this is a nice feature. So while I'm talking about cabinets on this slide over here, these are the cabinets that I mentioned New Horizon does not normally install. But I want you to take a look and keep this in mind when you're out looking at RVs. Look at the depth of these cabinets. They're deep enough that you can actually use them. I can't count the times I've gone to RV shows or go through an RV dealer and looked in their cabinets and think to myself, I couldn't even put a box of cereal in them like that right there. They're a lot shallower from front to back, and they're typically not as tall. So I look at those cabinets and some of those other manufacturers' RVs, and I have to chuckle and wonder what they really think you're going to put in them. I think they feel that people see cabinet doors, so there must be a lot of storage up there, and in reality, there's no room at all. Alright, so obviously this is our dinette area. So we have a nice storage area here in this, behind this door. There's a very small but usable drawer. On the other side next to that chair is another door and drawer that matches this over here. The table slides out, and there's a leaf inside there to make the table bigger. And if you were to look outside the coach, right behind here, that is where our outside entertainment center is. Alright, so there are a couple latches on the side down here that keeps the table intact on travel days. You unlock those, pull that out, and you got a lot bigger table. Wow, you can tell we haven't used that in a while. Oh well. So here's something I didn't bring up when I was talking about the dinette area, and it's not a big deal. But in the chairs, there's also a lift-up seats. Gives you a little extra storage area. It's not huge, not earth-shattering, but any extra storage is a plus. Another thing that I didn't bring up as I was going through this section as I came from the bathroom down is this is our controller for our ACs and our heat. So we have 3 air conditioners on the roof, and we have 2 42,000 BTU furnaces. One furnace controls the living room and kitchen area. The other furnace does the bathroom, bedroom, and the basement area. Alright, I guess that concludes our little interior tour. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm sure there's something I forgot. I don't make notes for my tours, I just wing it. So if there's something I didn't talk about that you have a question on, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I will answer any and all comments, positive or negative. Feel free to let go. And also I'll mention that we are New Horizon ambassadors. And what that means is New Horizons are pretty much all special order coaches unless you find one used out there in the market. So there are no dealers around the country. So if you're trying to see a New Horizons out there and you're in Washington or New York, you have to go to Kansas to tour the factory, or you need to find an ambassador somewhere around the country, and the ambassadors have volunteered their time to show you the New Horizon product and let you do a little touchy-feely and see what they're all about. So Ambassadors are not salespeople. We're not going to try and sell you a coach. We don't want to try and sell you a coach. Most of us are retired, out here having fun, but we also are out here to help people if they have questions. So keep that in mind. All right, that's it. So if you enjoyed the video at all, how about hitting that subscribe button down below? Give us a thumbs up. A little tip here, when we leave the area we're at right now, we're headed to Kansas. We're headed to the New Horizon factory. And I've already talked to Cole, one of the owner's sons, the salesperson we worked with when we built this coach. And he has offered to give us a private tour through the plant. And we're going to video that. If there's any other rigs sitting on the lot while we're there, we're going to do individual videos on them as well. And we're going to share those with you. So you're not going to want to miss that if you like RVs, or especially if you're interested in a New Horizons rig. So again, hit that subscribe button down below. Give us a thumbs up. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.